Welcome to day 7 of the 10 Crafts for Christmas. The project today is a fabric wreath, and I am going to use one of those foam circles from Michaels, and then the material that I'm using is just plain white or off-white muslin that I had laying around. This isn't an original idea of mine. A friend of mine when I was in high school made a heart for me, and it had the ribbon tied around it, or the fabric tied around it like this, and I always just thought it was a neat idea. And it turns out that it's actually a fairly inexpensive craft as well, so I just thought I would use it for the Christmas projects that I was working on. So you'll notice right here that when I'm tying these things on, I start to struggle a little bit with remembering which way that I was tying them on. And if you tie them on in the opposite direction, then it does look slightly different. So it's something to keep in mind when you're tying these things on here. So obviously here I was just going through and putting lace around the edges, and I decided to use black even though I know it's not a traditional Christmas color, but I actually really like the way it looks with Christmas stuff, so I decided to use it. Now I'm taking Distress ink and I am going to rub it around the edges of the wreath. It was just really to add some color. You might try using like glimmer mists or something like that, but I wasn't too sure because of the overspray and that type of thing. Plus I didn't have any green, so it didn't matter anyway. But I'm just going to use the Distress ink, and after I'm done inking the edges, then I'm going to take the water bottle and spray it and kind of just rub it into the edges, and it kind of gave it a nice soft green edge. Once I was done with inking all of the edges and everything, then I started hot gluing on those dewdrops around the center. I also ended up putting some red pom-pom-ish ribbony stuff, whatever you want to call it, I don't know, around the lace, and then I glued a sprig from the dollar bin that's just holly berries on the bottom. I will have pictures and instructions up on my blog at piccadillycrafts.blogspot.com.